Hey guys, welcome back to the recap. So, for AEW this week, we start off with FTR versus the Private Party. So, I'm not too familiar with the Private Party. I'm familiar with FTR because they used to be in WWE. Contrasting styles, you got these guys energetic, which is Private Party, energetic high flyers, and then you have these guys, FTR, who slow down the pace of the match, and they're all nitty gritty and just all about like causing pain to people and stuff like that. And they bend the rules a little bit. But a big difference maker for FTR now is going to be that they have a manager now. Their manager is Tully Blanchard. So Tully Blanchard is going to be with FTR for right now. All right, next up. On AEW this week, we had a little treat from MJF. If you remember the other week, MJF got Paradigm Shift, is what they're calling Jon Moxley's Dirty Deeds move. The double underhook DDT that he does. This week, he had a little promo segment, and wherever he was, he had Warlow with him, his assistant. I forget her name, but she just has to smile all the time uncomfortably. His security guards, and I guess his lawyer. So he was talking about. It was very funny, to be honest with you. It was very entertaining. I like MJF, and I like his little promos and segments. It's very entertaining. He was talking about how Jon Moxley almost ended his life. He had like a walker with him because he couldn't stand up straight. He had a neck brace on. He was talking about how Jon Moxley almost ended his career, and he's like, one day I want to have children, and I want them to be like, Papa, I want to play catch. And then he was like, I don't even think that I could play catch with my future kids because you almost broke my neck and all this other silly nonsense stuff. But so he got his lawyer to draw up a petition online, saying that the Paradigm Shift move is a hazardous move to AEW and could possibly kill someone. And he said that he got like 5,000 signatures on that petition. So he said him and the law firm drew up like this whole contract, and all Jon Moxley has to do is sign it. And the contract states that Jon Moxley can't use the Paradigm Shift at the pay-per-view All Out in the World Championship match between him and MJF. And the attorney that was talking for MJF, he was saying that and if Jon Moxley doesn't sign it, he's gonna sue Jon Moxley for everything he has. So let's see if Jon Moxley actually signs it. I don't think he cares to sign it or not. Just Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley also, right before that promo, Jon Moxley cut a promo too, and I'm a very big fan of Jon Moxley. I've been a fan of him since like FCW, and even before that when he was CZW and he was in a tag team with Sammy Callahan, and they were Switchblade Conspiracy and stuff like that. Jon Moxley has always been entertaining to me, whether he was Jon Moxley or Dean Ambrose. And I've always liked his promos. He's authentically him. Like, he reminds me of Brian Pillman, and he seems legit. Kind of screws loose in the head, but I can't wait to see All Out. To be honest with you, I really want to see the Jon Moxley versus MJF match. That should be very exciting. All right, guys. So next up, what we have on AEW this week, we had a 8-man tag team match. I haven't seen one of those in a while. We had the team of the Blade and the Butcher and Lucha Bros versus QT Marshall, Dustin Rhodes, and Jurassic Express, which was Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Yeah, I had to remember their names. But yeah, so we had an 8-man tag team match. It was pretty good. It started to get a little sloppy towards the midway point. But the only reason why I started getting sloppy was because they were going like at 110 miles per hour. Especially Rey Fenix and Jungle Boy. Like, they were flying all over the place. Like, literally, Jungle Boy went from one side of the ring to another, just doing suicide dives and planchas and everything on people standing on the outside of the ring. And Rey Fenix, walking the ropes like it's nothing, doing spin kicks, flipping around like it's crazy. It was a pretty good match. I'm getting introduced to a lot of these guys. I already know Dustin Rhodes. I already know his wrestling from WWE and even WCW and stuff like that. I know Lucha Bros from PWG Wrestling. So that's the only three guys I'm really familiar with out of all these guys. I've seen clips of Lucha Bros. I mean not Lucha Bros. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy before, but I'm not greatly familiar with them. I saw a match with them last week. I'm getting kind of familiar with them and their ring style and their characters and stuff like that. And Blade and Butcher is like brand new for me. So I like the Blade and the Butcher though. They seem like a very good tag team. QT Marshall, I'm not too familiar with him. I don't even know what his. Apparently, is he supposed to be related to the Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes? Not too sure. But QT Marshall is pretty good. At the end, the team of QT Marshall, Dustin Rhodes, and the Jungle Express. It's not Jungle Express, Jurassic Express. Sorry, they won. That team of Pentacle Jr., Ray Phoenix, and the Blade and the Butcher, they all start arguing, shoving each other, getting ready to fight. Then Eddie Kingston came out. I know a little bit about Eddie Kingston. I'm not greatly familiar with him. But Eddie Kingston came out. He told him, like, hey, the only way they're going to beat us if we're divided. We need to join together. So I guess he's trying to join, like, a stable together of the Blade and the Butcher and the Lucha Bros. That looks pretty cool, and he seems like he could talk really well on the mic, so I'm interested to see where they go with that storyline. Next up on AEW Dynamite, we had Orange Cassidy come out. Then Chris Jericho came out. Chris Jericho was like that he has one win over Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy has one win over Chris Jericho, so that's 1-1, and he needs to settle the score to prove who's the best. So he said the rubber match, he came up with this idea for to have a Mimosa Mayhem match. So apparently the only way you can win is by pinfall submission or throwing your opponent into the big vat of orange juice and champagne, which makes a mimosa apparently. I don't drink, so I don't know. I guess that makes a mimosa, champagne and orange juice. Yeah, and Chris Jericho said he would like to give a toast on Orange Cassidy's win over him last week. And he said he wants the Inner Circle to also toast out to him. So the Inner Circle came out, and then they started beating up Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, which makes up the team Best Friends. And then they humiliated Orange Cassidy after Chris Jericho hit the Judas Effect on him, which is Chris Jericho's signature move. They held him upside down and they just poured like bottles and bottles of champagne on him and in his face. So let's see what happens at All Out. I want to see why am I messing up that word, guys? Mimosa Mayhem match. I don't say that word ever, so I kind of stumbled on that. A Mimosa Mayhem match. We had a match between this new guy I've never seen before, Will Hobbs, if that is his right name. Will Hobbs, I think it is. And he is a big, buff guy. And he went off against Darby Allin. I know Darby Allin. I like Darby Allin. I like his in-ring style. I like his character. He's very cool. I remember my first time really seeing Darby Allin wrestle was I went to an Evolve show. Small guy versus big guy and stuff like that. Darby Allin ended up getting the win. After Darby Allin won, Taz got up on the mic and he was saying, I have a new addition to the team Taz. And his name is Darby too. And then Ricky Stark came out with looking like Darby Allin with the face paint, skateboard, everything. He was mocking Darby's whole persona and stuff like that. And then what happened was then Brian Cage came out from behind Darby Allin, the real Darby Allin, and hit him with the FTW title belt. And they ended up jumping Darby Allin. And let's see where that storyline goes. In the future, it's probably going to be Darby Allin versus Ricky Stark. I'm not too familiar with Ricky Stark. I think he's from NWA, if I'm not mistaken, the wrestling company NWA Power. But I may be wrong. Let me know down in the comments if he is from NWA. But yeah, it's interesting to see because, like I said, I've missed out on a lot of AEW. I'm trying to catch up and really watch it. So the only people I really know is Brian Cage, Darby Allin. I know Taz. I'm not too familiar with Ricky Stark. Next up, we have a segment. Sammy Guevara came out and I guess he was about to say something about Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy came out, started beating him with a chair, and he was working over Sammy Guevara with a steel chair on his back, on his front, and his face. And then he threw Sammy Guevara off the entrance ramp into a table below. And then he went underneath the ring, got this kind of same chair that Sammy Guevara threw at him and busted him open. He was getting ready to throw it in Sammy Guevara's face. Sammy Guevara luckily got saved by the referees and officials. They were telling Matt Hardy to stop. They blocked him off. And then some referees carried Sammy Guevara out to the side. So I'm interested to see what happens when Matt Hardy finally gets the match with Sammy Guevara, and what kind of match is going to be, and what Matt Hardy's going to do to Sammy Guevara. Alright guys, so next up on AEW, we had the Women's Tag Team Tournament Cup Finals. And I didn't get to see the other matches in that. I know it was like on YouTube. But we had the team of Evil Lee and Diamante versus the Nightmare Sisters. I'm not too familiar with any of these wrestlers really. Like, I know who Brandy is because of Cody Rhodes and stuff like that, and that's his wife. And I think I know Allie. I haven't ever seen Brandy or Allie, if that's her name, Allie, wrestle. I've never seen Diamante, or I've never even heard of Diamante or Evil Lee. All four women had a good match, and I like that AEW, they're also including the women's division in this, I guess, in their ventures to become like well known for tag team wrestlings. And I really like that they had this women's tag team tournament, because you don't see a lot of women's tag teams around. In pro wrestling, you see a lot of like single wrestlers when it comes to women, but you don't see a lot of female tag team wrestlers. So it's very interesting to see. They had a very good match, and surprisingly, I'm like, even though I wasn't watching the tournament before, I know Brandy and Aaliyah a little bit more, so I assumed they would have won. But actually, the Nightmare Sisters lost, which was kind of cool too, because to have somebody who's like a lot of people are not familiar with, to give them the opportunity to win this this cup, because it was a tournament, so they won the Women's Tag Team Cup of All Elite Wrestling. It was very cool to see. And finally, what we had on AEW this week, we had Cody versus Brodie Lee for the TNT Championship. I'm familiar with Cody, and I'm also familiar with Brodie Lee. It wasn't even really a match. It was one-sided like slaughter. I was not expecting that. Like, I was expecting Cody and Brodie Lee to have a good back and forth, but Brodie Lee dominated the whole match. Like, Cody started off the match and he tried to have like a big flurry at the beginning, and then Brodie Lee like shut that down, and he absolutely destroyed Cody. When I say destroyed, like right after that little flurry that Cody had, it was all Brodie Lee. And it wasn't even a long match. It was like 3 to 5 minutes of just power bombs and clotheslines and super kicks to the face of Brodie Lee doing that to Cody. And Cody had pretty much no offense whatsoever. So Brodie Lee is the new TNT champion. I was highly surprised. Not that he became the champion, just like the manner that he became the champion. He demolished Cody, which I was not expecting at all. People were checking on him. He wasn't moving. They brought out a gurney and some staff members and like EMTs and stuff like that. So I thought he was like seriously injured. But then like he wasn't. I don't think he was really injured. I think he's taking time off, from what I understand, from what I saw on the internet. But the reason why I know he wasn't like, hurt in that moment is because right after the Dark Order came out, they were celebrating with Brodie Lee, and then they all started to attack Cody while they were trying to stretcher him out. They attacked Arn Anderson. They went in the back and jumped QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes. All these guys are part of the Nightmare like family and stable and stuff like that, and dragged them out. And then Brandy came out, and she was like trying to block and cover her husband from getting attacked anymore. There's this woman in the Dark Order that I didn't know was in the Dark Order. I thought it was all guys. And she came out, and then she attacked Brandy and pretty much like choked her out. I know this is going to be very interesting to see. I think that we're going in the era of the Dark Order. So Dark Order is going to be like running roughshod over AEW for a while, I'm sensing. And they might even win more titles. They might even win the tag team titles. I don't know where they're going with the... I don't know who could on that stable win the world title. I don't think anybody on that stable would win the world heavyweight title besides Brodie Lee, but I doubt he's going to get that and the TNT title at the same time. Hey, but you never know. That was AEW for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. I know it's the way the videos are coming out are a little bit behind because I'm trying to catch up with everything and like rewatch everything because I've been at work and stuff like that, so I haven't been able to watch everything the days that it comes on or the day after. I've been watching everything like on a day that I don't have work. And it's kind of hard because, you know, it's like hours and hours of wrestling that I have to catch up with. What I'm going to do is I'm not making any promises, but I'm going to try to post and, you know, release the videos of the recap for those days that wrestling comes on the day after. For now, it's going to get posted on one day, but when I get all caught up, then what I'm going to try to do is if Raw comes on Monday, the recap for Raw is coming out on Tuesday. I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best to stick to a certain schedule that works for me and also is going to give you guys multiple different days of content. But thanks for watching, guys. Check out any of my other recap videos. And everyone stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope you enjoyed the recap. Peace out.